Hey everyone, this is the advent of Cyber 2022. This is actually the fourth year they're doing this, I believe, here on Try Hack Me. I am Hey Help Desk Guy, and I'm going to go through all the days, hopefully, as long as I can keep up with it. But I'm going to go through day one and the introduction little mini courses here for this YouTube tutorial. So without further ado, let's kick it off. As you can see here, this is the actual video with John Hammond, who is absolutely fantastic as an instructor and just a hacker in general. So let's get right into it. We won't watch this video. You can watch this if you'd like. But the first thing I'm going to do is actually join this room. And now I'm entered into the advent of cyber. So introduction, which is task number 1. Basically, this is just telling us all about the prizes that we can win, because what you have to do is, as you'll see as we progress through this, is kind of every room that you complete, you're going to get a ticket, which is how they've been doing it for the past couple of years as well. And then you can actually, once you flip over the tickets, you'll be able to see everything. If you won any of these prizes, there's daily prizes, there's a certificate at the end, and so there's actually other videos too from Cybersecurity Meg, besides John Hammond, Husky Hacks, Security Ninja, Neil Bridges, and Insider PhD, and more. And this just shows you some of the topics they'll be covering, like red teaming, secure coding, web vulnerabilities, blue teaming, and ITO hacking. So I am going to just say this is completed. We'll move on to task number 2. Okay, so best festival companies. This is a short tutorial. New tasks are released daily at random times, with the first challenge being released on December the 1st, which is actually today, 2022. This will vary in difficulty. They will always be aimed at a beginner level. Each task in this event will include instructions on interacting with the practical material. Please follow them carefully. Some below are some general guidelines for getting connected. We highly recommend you complete the tutorial room to learn about getting connected. Again, if you have a subscription, you get the attack box. But if not, I think there's the VPN option if you didn't want to stay subscribed. So I would always recommend, Try Hack Me is one of those sites I highly recommend. I think it's like $10 a month. It is just a fantastic website to learn from. So, oh yeah, here we go. You either use an open VPN client or deploy your own web-based attack box. So if you subscribe, you get that attack box. So some of the rules, basically don't try to hack other things that you're not supposed to outside of what you're doing in the room. Other users are not to target or attack other users. Users should only enter the event once, using only one account, etc., etc. So practice continue to our network. We're going to hit this complete. Task number 3 are socials. So basically, just you can follow them. There's a Discord, I believe, as well. There is. So this again is just teaching you how to actually use the room in case this is your first time. So there we go. I see no answer needed completed. Task number 4, subscribing to Try Hack Me for business and Christmas swag. They even give you a discount here. So there we go. I'm just going to go past this. Again, this is all just, you don't want me to read all this out. But then now we have Nightmare Before Xmas, Nightmare Before Elfmas, the story. All exercises in Advent of Cyber follow a fun Christmas story. This year, the Elf McSkitty needs your help to investigate a serious breach and test all remaining systems for security flaws. So here we go. All hands on deck. There's an emergency. And you've been naughty this year, leaving your shop open like that. We've started with a puzzle. Let's see what more we can do. Your Secret Santa. And then you see all the elves are now getting into gear to kind of take this Grinch down. So so the sock room has a few seconds of silence before the other elves started shouting. Sorry, I know I just kind of went in the middle there, but I'm just trying, because this is basically recapping what we just saw up there. We need to investigate, check the logs, review monitoring, audit other systems, lock down the network. McCity held her hand up, waiting for the elves to calm down. We've been through something like this last year. This year, we're saving Christmas again. See you in the daily tasks. We hope you can help McSkitty and the team find out who is their mysterious adversary, investigate the incident, and secure their systems once again. Please note that the difficulty of challenges might vary each day, but they'll always be easily approachable by beginners in cybersecurity. So have fun in the advent of cyber. So the Christmas story is used within some of the tasks. Please be sure to read the above. So, yeah, so I'm sure there might be something we should probably reread in there. but I will come back to that. So day one frameworks. So wow, this is a lot in here. So day one framework. Someone's coming to town. John Hamm is kicking off the event of Cyber2022 with a video premiere at 2 p.m. So someone is trying to stop Christmas again this year and to stop Santa from delivering gifts to children who are nice this year. The Best Festivals Company website has been defaced, and children worldwide cannot send in their gift requests. There's much work to be done to investigate the attack and test other systems. The attacker has left a puzzle for the elves to solve and learn who their adversaries are. McSkinny looked at the puzzle and recognized some of the pieces as the pieces of the unified kill chain, a security framework used to understand attackers. She has reached out to you to assist in recovering the website, identify the attackers, and help save Christmas. So security frameworks. Organizations such as Santa's Best Festival Company must adjust and improve their cybersecurity efforts to prevent data breaches. Security frameworks come into play to guide in setting up security programs and improve the security posture of the organization. Security frameworks are documented processes that define policies and procedures organizations should follow to establish and manage security controls. They are blueprints for identifying and managing the risks they may face and weaknesses in place that lead to an attack. Frameworks help organizations remove the guesswork of securing their data and infrastructure by establishing processes and structures in a strategic plan. This will also help them achieve commercial and government regulatory requirements. So let's dive in and look at the commonly used frameworks. So the first framework is the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. The cybersecurity framework was developed by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, which is NIST, and it provides detailed guidance for organizations to manage and reduce cybersecurity risk. The framework focuses on 5 essential functions: identity, protect, detect, respond, and recover. With these functions, the framework allows organizations to prioritize their cybersecurity investments and engage in continuous improvement towards a target cybersecurity profile. There's ISO 27000 series. The International Organization of Standardization, ISO, developed a series of frameworks for different industries and sectors. The ISO 27001 and the 27002 standards are commonly known for cybersecurity and outline the requirements and procedures for creating, implementing, and managing an information security management system. These standards can be used to access an institution's ability to meet set information security requirements through the application of risk management. There's the MITRE ATT&CK framework. Identifying adversary plans of attack can be challenging to embark on blindly. They can be understood through behaviors, methods, tools, and strategies established for an attack, commonly known as tactics, techniques, and procedures. The MITRE ATT&CK framework is a knowledge base of TTPs, carefully curated and detailed to ensure cybersecurity teams can identify attack patterns. The framework's structure is similar to a PURAC table, mapping techniques against phases of the attack chain and referencing system platforms exploited. This framework highlights the detailed approach it provides when looking at an attack. It brings together environment-specific cybersecurity information to provide cyber threat intelligence insights that help teams develop effective security programs for their organizations. Dive further into this framework by checking out the dedicated MITRE room. The cyber kill chain. A key concept of this framework was adopted by from the military with the terminology kill chain, which describes the structure of an attack and consists of target identification, decision in order to attack the target, and finally target destruction. Developed by Lockheed Martin, the cyber kill chain describes the stages commonly followed by cyber attacks, and security defenders can use the framework as part of intelligence-driven defense. So there are 7 stages outlined by the cyber kill chain. Enhancing visibility and understanding of an adversary's tactics, techniques, and procedures. So recon, weaponization, delivery, exploitation, installation, command and control, or C2, and actions on objectives. And there's also a room for that as well. And then there's unified kill chain. As established in our scenario, Santa's team have been left with a clue on who might have attacked them and pointed out that the unified kill chain. The elf blue team begins their research. The unified kill chain can be described as unification of the MITRE ATT&CK framework and the cyber kill chain frameworks, published by Paul Poles in 2017 and reviewed in 2022. The UKC provides a model to defending against cyber attacks from the adversary's perspective. The UKC offers security teams a blueprint for analyzing and comparing threat intelligence concerning the adversarial, excuse me, mode of working. The unified kill chain describes 18 phases of attack based on the tactics, techniques, and procedures. The individual phases can be combined to form overarching goals, such as gaining an initial foothold in a targeted network, navigating through the network to expand access, and performing actions on critical assets. Say a security team would need to understand how these phases are put together from the attacker's perspective. So there's the cycle 1 that's in, reconnaissance, weaponization, delivery, social engineering, exploitation, persistence, defense evasion, and command and control. This phase may be considered a loop, as the attacker will be forced to change tactics or modify techniques if one fails to provide an entrance to the network. And then there's cycle 2, which is called through. So it says this phrase, attackers will be interested in gaining more access and privilege to assets within the network. So pivoting, discovery, privilege escalation, execution, credential access, and lateral movements. And then cycle 3, collection. Which focuses on the CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability of assets or services are compromised during this phase. Money, fame, or sabotage will drive attackers to undertake these reasons for executing their attacks, such as damage as possible or disappear without being detected. So we have number 1, which is the main focus of the main focus of this series of attacks, for attackers to gain access to a system or network environment. Typically, cyber attacks are initiated by an external attacker. Number 2 is about gaining more access and privilege to assets within the network, and then number 3 is about just destroying things just because they just, they just want to destroy things for fame or just because they can. So saving the best festival company, having gone through the UKC with Santa's security team, is evident that the best defensive strategies must be implemented to rise resiliency against attacks. The unified kill chain is UNC. Oops, sorry about that. Your task is to help the elves solve the puzzle left for them to identify who is trying to stop Christmas. Click the view site button at the top of the task to launch the static site in split view. You may have to open the static site on a new window and zoom in for a clear view of the puzzle pieces. So I'm going to launch that right now, and when it comes back up, I will resume the video. So I will see you then. So here we are. Here is the site we launched. It's SantaGift.shop. Hello, Santa. For years, you have delivered happiness and joy to millions around the world during the festivities. However, you have remained untested, and the time has finally arrived to turn the best festival company into grumpy and miserable. I have taken over your website and warehouse, and it is time to turn Christmas into chaos. So you want to play a game to know who is still behind all this? Who is behind all of this misery? So we're going to hit start. So research is part of my ask. Finding clues in public sources. Simple documents I turn into malware. A pizza, parcel, or payload all have me as an action in common. A con is the name of my game, tricking you into believing a false identity. Weaknesses are my go-to resource. Through them, I make my presence felt, and I am set up to let you back into the network after you leave. Deletion of evidence is part of my process. Communication with the compromised goes through me. So this is harking back to what we're looking for here in the actual kill chain, along with some of the cycles. So research is part of my ask, finding clues in public sourcing. So that should be reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is 1. Simple documents I turn into malware. That should be weaponization. I think I'm doing this right, by the way. 3 is a pizza, parcel, or payload all have me in common as an action. That's delivery. That's right there. 4, a con is the name of my game, tricking you to believe a false identity. That should be social engineering. Weaknesses are my go-to resources. Through them I make my presence felt. That should be exploitation. At least I think that's right. There's a piece hanging out here. I am set up to let you back into the network after you leave. That should be persistence. Deletion of evidence is part of my process. Defense evasion, and then communication with the compromised network, command and control. We'll see if I got this right. I have no idea. Oh, there we go. I think I got it right 100%. I am an anchor, let you go on an adventure and explore. With me, you can locate. Okay, so I am an anchor, let you go on an adventure and explore. We have pivoting, lateral movement, so execution, credential access, discovery, and privilege installation. I'm going to say it's pivoting, so we actually go through down here. So I'm going to say this is pivoting. Number 2 is with me, you can locate new information to expand the attack. I'm going to say that's discovery. Once a pawn, I become a king. That would be privilege escalation. My payloads are triggered to infect all they come in contact with. Say execution. Passes I collect are the keys to the mainframe. That would be credential access, and then ladder movement side to side as we have credential X. Sorry, ladder movement. Ba-da-dam. So, and then this cycle 3 in your vault I am. So that's going to be probably collection. Well, let's see. Let's just read this first. In your vault I am, like a dragon, I gather all valuable loot. I export gathered treasures. With me, your reputation goes tumbling down. Goals set, goals attained, I win. So if we go back here to collection, after finding the jackpot of all data information, the attacker will seek to aggregate all they need. By doing so, the assets confidentially will be compromised entirely, secretly when dealing with trade secrets and financially or personally identifiable information that is to be secured. So we'll just say that's a collection. Like a dragon, I gather all the valuable loot. We'll say that's exfiltration. That might not be right because it's not clicking into place. So we'll say, like a dragon, I gather all the valuable loot. Say that's access. Access collection. I gather treasures would be exfiltration. Number 4 with me, your reputation goes tumbling down. That would be impact. And then goals set, goals attained, I win will be objectives. So here we are. Here's our flag. The culprit behind the mission is the Bandit Yeti. So we're going to go down here and we're going to hit in. Bear with me here, it's kind of cluttered on my desk. There we go. We're going to copy over this flag. If I can copy it over, we'll see if I can. There we are. And looking to learn more, check out the rooms on Unified Kill Chain, Cyber Kill Chain, MITRE Attack Framework, and the whole Cyber Defense module. Definitely check those out if you can. And there we go. Day 1 is complete. So again, every day I'm going to be posting these. Sometimes they're a little longer, sometimes not. This one was just a little longer because we had to go through all of this above. But again, I want to say thank you for everyone for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And I will see you all tomorrow for day 2. Thank you very much.